way to demonstrate the cell membrane and cell transport. What a quandary.
Brain blast! We should use this ping pong table as a visual analogy.
Visual analogy.
So here's how it works. The ping pong net is the cell membrane, and these two balls represent glucose and oxygen molecules. As you can see, the oxygen molecule easily fits through the cell membrane while the glucose molecule is unable to pass through.
I think I know what this is. It's a semi-permeable membrane.
Yes!
We now interrupt this program for a quick lesson on the phospholipid bilayer.
Come in, Christina.
Hello? Oh, it's not Michelle. Hello? Melanie?
Hey guys, look, I'm a phospholipid.
A phospholipid? But you just look like normal.
Pretend my head is the glycerol head, and my feet are the fatty acid chains.
That's nifty, but what do phospholipids do?
What do they do?
Phospholipids make up the phospholipid bilayer in a cell.
This is a representation of the semi-permeable membrane. The flowing of the phospholipid bilayer shows it is fluid. It has two sheets of phospholipids embedded with proteins and cholesterol.
Kind of like when Jell-O has fruit in it.
Except picture all the fruit in this Jell-O moving around inside. That's what the membrane is like.
See all those purple blobs? Pretend they're protein pumps. They're transport proteins that pump ions in and out of the cell. One of the proteins acts as a pump and is used during active transport, while the other is a channel that's used during facilitated diffusion.
That blows my mind.
Protein pumps require energy, don't they?
Of course, like all active transport, they need energy to cram more ions into an already highly concentrated area.
Wow, cells have some pretty handy contraptions. And now back to your program.
The oxygen and glucose molecules use passive transport to enter the cell without needing energy. The oxygen molecule uses simple diffusion and flows with the concentration gradient. This means it flows from high to low concentration, where no energy is required.
I'm flowing with the concentration gradient! The glucose molecule is also flowing with the concentration gradient, but it's too big and needs a little help from proteins to get inside the cell. This is called facilitated diffusion.
But isn't there another type of passive transport? Another type of passive transport is osmosis.
Osmosis is the diffusion of water, which occurs in hyper and hypotonic solutions, causing some pretty nifty things to happen.
In a hypertonic solution, the concentration of the solute is greater outside the cell than inside. The solute is something dissolved in a liquid.
Like Ovaltine in milk.
Yeah. Anyways, in a hypotonic solution, it's the exact opposite.
You mean like Edward and Jacob?
No. No. In a hypotonic solution, the concentration of the solute is greater inside the cell than outside.
But what happens when the concentration is the same?
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's the same atonic solution.
No, Emma, I think you're wrong.
No, I think you're wrong.
When the concentration of the solute is the same inside and outside the cell, it's called an isotonic solution, not a sametonic solution.
I'm sorry. Here we have an experiment that demonstrates what happens to cells when they are placed into hyper, hypo, and isotonic solutions.
Whoa. What happened to the shells?
Christina, eat your noodles. Here we have an egg that has been placed into a hypotonic solution. This egg has previously been placed in a vinegar that has successfully deshellified the egg with its acidic qualities. As you can see, a very scientific anomaly has occurred, causing the egg to bloat and become heavier than the average egg. So why, may I ask, has this perfectly normal egg turned into an obese obscenity? Oh, I know! Melanie, I know. I'm teaching a lesson. It's a rhetorical question. The concentration of solute in the egg is higher than outside in the water, making the solution hypotonic. So, because of our good old friend osmosis, water has flowed from outside of the membrane to the inside in order to dilute the solute and make the concentration of solute the same. It just wants it so bad to reach equilibrium. Just so bad to reach equilibrium! Now let's direct our attention to the second bowl.
Oh, I can do this one!
Melanie, just no. Alright, so, Here we have another deshellified egg in a hypertonic solution. This means that the concentration of the solute is greater outside the membrane than inside. Because of osmosis, the liquid inside the egg has flowed out of the membrane in order to dilute this solution. Because of osmosis, the egg is now a shriveled and pruny mess.
Now we just have to talk about isotonic solutions. I got this one.
Are you sure? Because I think I can totally
Emma.
do it.
I can do this.
Okay, I believe in you, Melanie.
Okay. The concentration of the solute is the same inside and outside this deshellified egg, so nothing happens to the mass.
Active transport is different than passive transport because it requires energy since it goes against the concentration gradient. This means that instead of the solute moving from high to low concentration like it would in passive transport, it moves from low to high concentration.
I'm flowing against the concentration gradient.
Sometimes molecules need a little help going against the concentration gradient. This is when protein pumps come in.
Much like eating, endocytosis is when cells absorb molecules by surrounding and engulfing them.
Exocytosis is another type of active transport and occurs when a cell secretes molecules or waste products by pinching off the section of the cell with the undesired objects and releasing them. Here is the exocytosis woman in her natural habitat, excreting the unwanted stuff in her stomach. Exocytosis is very similar to the digestive system's reverse peristalsis.